All right, we're going to give it a few seconds, see if we have some people join us, but we're going to get started in just a little bit. If you don't have a yoga mat, no big deal. You can just use the floor. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to adjust my music real quick. Let me know if it's too loud or not. Thumbs up. But real quick, before we do get started, I want to go ahead and just throw it out there. In case you haven't seen on our social media, we are opening. We have an open day. I'm so excited. But we are opening on the 26th. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check the schedule because it has changed. We obviously want to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe and healthy. So we're going to have a 10-person maximum or a 10-class cap. So make sure that you're signing up for your classes ahead of time because if you show up and you didn't sign up and the class is full, it's first come, first serve, and obviously priority goes to those who signed up. But we're also encouraging social distancing, and part of that is making sure that we don't have to exchange payment. So if you do want, you can go ahead and buy a digital pass so that you don't even have to bother coming up to the desk and getting paid for. You're already paid for. You're good to go. But again, we open on the 26th. Double check the schedule because it did change. It hasn't changed too much, but we do have to allow more room between classes to make sure that we keep everything clean and sanitized. And some of the class times did change. So just double check the classes. Make sure you're signing up online. I cannot wait to see you guys. I am so excited to be out of this house and be back at work. So, but if we haven't met before, actually, hi, I'm Nuke. I'm the studio manager over at Space and obviously also one of the yoga teachers. But we are going to go ahead and practice today. So if you haven't already rolled out your mat, I encourage you to do so. If you don't have a mat, that's okay. You can just practice somewhere on the floor that you have a lot of room. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so excited. But I'm going to go ahead and meet you on the mat. So the practice we're doing today is going to be, I don't know, if you've been practicing with me every Tuesday for the past few weeks, I kind of shifted from crazy power nonsense, which isn't nonsense, it's fun, crazy power to more chill because frankly, that's just what I need right now. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are also feeling the same way. So we're going to do kind of a chill, full body practice today, but we're actually going to go ahead and start laying down on the mat. So go ahead and find a comfortable position laying down on the floor. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and pull the knees in towards the chest. You can hug them nice and tight. You can rock back and forth or side to side, whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and keep the left knee hugged in. We're going to straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. And we're going to lower and raise it based on our breath. So we're going to go ahead and slowly bring it to a hover on our inhale. We're going to exhale it back up. Inhale, slowly lower. And exhale back up. Last time, we're going to inhale, slowly lower. And exhale back up. We're going to hug that knee in. You can rock side to side or back and forth, whatever feels good. And then we're going to keep the right knee hugged in. We're going to straighten the left up towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale, slowly lower. We're going to exhale back up. Inhale, slowly lower. And exhale back up. One last time. Inhale, slowly lower. And exhale back up. Hug that knee in. You can rock side to side or back and forth. From here, we're going to go ahead and reach through the knees, grab the outsides of the feet, pull the knees down towards the armpits, soles of the feet up towards the ceiling for happy baby. You can rock back and forth here, or you can stay still. It's up to you. Then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to hug them in towards the belly. We're going to go ahead and let go, bring the knees back in. We're going to drop them off to the right, keeping both shoulders down on the floor. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed if you can. We're going to bring it back to the middle. And we're going to drop it off to the other side. Keep those shoulders down. Now bring it back in. We're going to go ahead and extend the legs, extend the arms, one of those nice, good morning stretches. Pull the knees back in and then rock up into a seated position. So we're going to have that nice tall seated spine. You can sit with your legs crossed in front of you, or you can find a different comfortable position. It's entirely up to you. Nice tall seated spine. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and bring those arms overhead. We're going to exhale, right arm down next to the hip, left arm over. I come down onto my forearm, so you have that option as well. We're going to bring it back up. Left arm down, right arm over. Back up. Right arm. Back up. And left arm. Bring it over. And bring it back up. We're going to twist in one direction. It doesn't matter which one, with that nice tall seated spine. We're going to bring it back to center, arms overhead. We're going to go off in the other direction. Bring it back to center, arms up. Down to the floor. We're going to walk them as far forward as we can. Walk those hands all the way over to the right. Back through center. And all the way over to the other side. And back through center. Pressing down. We're going to bring it back up. Now we're going to switch the leg that's in front of our cross leg position. So it's a hip stretch. So we want to make sure we get both hips. Nice tall spine. Arms up. Down to the floor. And we're walking forward as far as we can. We'll walk those hands over to the left. Through center. And over to the right. Through center, pressing down. You're going to bring it back up. Arms up. Exhale, twist. Back to center, arms overhead. We're going to go off in the other direction. Back to center, arms up. Down to heart center. We're going to drop our chin down to our chest, and we're going to rock it back and forth a couple times. We're going to bring right ear over to right shoulder as close as you can get it. You can take the left hand, you can reach out to the side. We're going to bring the chin back to chest, rock it around. Left ear over to left shoulder. You can take that right hand, you can reach out. Chin back to chest, rock it around just a couple more times. Bring that nice, tall, seated spine. When you're ready, we're going to bring those arms overhead one last time. Bring them down to heart center. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes here for just a second. We're just going to take a couple deep breaths. Deep seated breaths that all come all the way down into the abdomen. Filling our belly up with air, centering us, grounding us. Just as a reminder, this deep seated breath is what we want to carry throughout our whole yoga practice, but it's hard. So I want you to be easy on yourself. Just promise me that you won't hold your breath at any point. You can breathe however is best for you, just don't hold your breath, okay? So we're just going to take a couple deep breaths. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. We're gonna go ahead and shift onto our hands and our knees, bringing ourselves into tabletop position. So once we're in tabletop, it's really important that we make sure that the wrist is right underneath the shoulder, the knee is right underneath the hip. We're gonna move through that cat and cow. So we're gonna inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the shoulders, press back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the shoulders, press back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. During this cow, I want you to go ahead and shift back and forth, see if that opens up anything for you. Now we're gonna exhale, tuck the tailbone around the shoulders, press back. Do the same thing in your cat. Bring yourself back into neutral spine. We're gonna take that right arm, bring it up towards the ceiling. Through the left side, between the wrist and the knee, twisting as far as you can, bringing that shoulder down to the ground. If you'd like, you can take that left hand, you can reach forward. Bring yourself into thread the needle. Not the easiest position to breathe in, just do your best. You're gonna bring that left hand back underneath the shoulder, back up. Right hand back up towards the ceiling. And back down. Okay, take a moment to adjust. When you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. So I'm gonna take that left hand up, through the right side, twisting as far as you need. And take that right hand forward. And bring that right hand back underneath the shoulder, press back up. Left hand up, and back down. Adjust as needed. When you're ready, we're gonna spread those knees nice and wide with those big toes touching. Sink the hips back, send those arms out. Press the chest down towards the floor as much as you can. You have the option here, bringing the hands together and bringing them over the head for a little bit of prayer position. Just a couple deep breaths here. And bring those hands back down to the ground. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and walk them all the way over to the right. And bring it back to center. And walk it all the way over to the other side. Bring it back to center. Press down. And bring it back up into our tabletop position. We're going to make sure that those hips stay over the knees, and we're going to walk the arms forward as far as we can, bring ourselves into puppy. Bring it back up. Extend those legs behind us into plank. If you don't like plank, that's okay. You can always come down to the knees. We're going to lift those hips into the air, pressing the hips up towards the ceiling, chest back towards the thighs. You can pedal out those feet, bending one knee and then the other. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and pick up our right leg. You can bend at the knee, open up the hip for three-legged dog. Then bring back down. We're going to do the other side. So we're going to pick up the left leg. You can bend at the knee, open up the hip for three-legged dog. Bring it back down. Press back. Pedal out those feet. We're going to walk the feet forward into a forward fold. Letting that torso hang down towards the floor. You can have a bend in the knees if you need. You can grab opposite elbows. You can sway back and forth. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Hand hinge at the hips, all the way up, arms up, slight back bend if you'd like. Hands down to heart center. Take a moment to adjust if need be. Make sure that those feet are nice, hips width distance apart. If you're not sure, good rule of thumb is your two fists together. That's about how far apart your feet should be. Make sure that the second toe is pointed perfectly forward. Nice tall spine. You're gonna bring those arms up. Down hard center, sink down into chair. Remember, we're only gonna be here for a moment. It's not as low as you can go, it's head over heels. Now this is one of my favorite practices to do. This is optional. It's a little bit of a strength and balance challenge. So if you'd like, we're gonna come forward onto the balls of the feet. Back down, toes lifted. Forward balls of the feet. Back down, toes lifted. Bring back down. Sweep those arms overhead. And exhale, fold. We're gonna inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Plant those hands. Walk the feet back. Bring yourself into plank. We're gonna hug your elbows in, come all the way down to the floor. Keeping the hands next to the chest. We're gonna lift just the chest for big cobra. Bring it back down. When you're ready, we're gonna lift the entire torso for full cobra. Arms may not straighten, that's okay. Back down. We're gonna bring the arms forward so that the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Hands flat. Lift out of the chest, hug the belly in, gaze forward for Sphinx. From here, we're gonna lift into plank or low plank. Bring it back down into Sphinx. And then as easily as you can, we're gonna transition from Sphinx back into puppies. We're gonna pick up those hips and adjust the knees if needed. Walk the arms out, chest down towards the floor. Bring it back up. Take the time to properly adjust the legs. Knees nice and wide, big toes touching. Sink the hips back. Send those arms out. You're going to walk those hands all the way over to the right. Bring it back to the middle. And walk it off to the other side. And bring it back to the middle. Press your chest down. Go ahead and bring it back up into tabletop position. We're going to extend those legs back behind us. We're going to lift those hips into the air for down dog. Pedal off those feet if you need it. We're going to pick up that right foot. Again, we're going to open up the hip, or bend at the knee, open up at the hip for three-legged dog. When you're ready, we're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Okay? Now you can take that left leg, you can keep it extended back behind you, or you can drop it down to the mat. It's entirely up to you. So what we're doing is we're bringing ourselves into lizard. Ooh, my knee is sensitive today, y'all. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have nice equal distance or equal weight in the hands. And we're going to make sure that we're gazing forward. Okay, when we're looking down, we're taking all of that stretch, all that work out of the hip. We'll be here for just a moment. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to shift back, straightening our right foot and keeping the foot flat. We're straightening the right leg, keeping the foot flat. Words are hard. When you're ready, we're going to shift back even farther, lifting that right foot. If you're a regular of mine, you know I routinely mess up my words. It hasn't changed. Quarantine has not changed me. And I think it's made it worse. We're going to bring it forward again, foot flat. Forward again. Back into lizard. Are you ready? We're going to lift that back knee. Send that right foot back. Hug those elbows in. Come down. We're going to choose just one back bend. So baby cobra, cobra or up dog. We're going to bring it back down. Shift through table, back into plank, then lift, back into down dog. And paddle out those feet if you'd like. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and pick up the left leg, and bend at the knee, open up the hip for three-legged dog. Bring that foot to the front on the outside of the left hand. Right leg extended or down, it's entirely up to you. Make sure your gaze is forward. All right. Be over just a moment, we're almost done. Just make sure that gaze is forward, not down to the floor. When you're ready, we're going to shift back, straightening that left leg, foot flat. Send it even farther back, lifting that foot. Forward again, foot flat. Forward, back in the lizard. Gaze forward. When you're ready, you can lift that back leg, sweep it back. Bring yourself back into a proper plank. Come down, choose one back bend. Shift through table, back into plank, and then back into down dog. Press that hips back. We're going to bring it down to the knees, nice and wide. Big toes touching, sink the hips back, send those arms out. Take a moment to take a couple deep breaths. If you want to bring those hands together, you can bring palms over the head for those prayer hands. Just taking a moment to ground yourself, center yourself. Remind you why you're putting this effort in the first place. When you're ready, we're going to bring those hands back down. We're going to shift back to tabletop. Extend those legs back behind us for plank. And then lift for down dog. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. You can pedal off those feet if you'd like. We're going to walk those feet forward towards the hands. Bring ourselves into a forward fold. Pressing the chest down towards the floor. You can grab opposite elbows, sway back and forth if you'd like. Are you ready? We're going to inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. We're going to hinge at the hips, all the way up. Arms up. Slight back bend if you'd like. Hands down to heart center. All right. We're going to take a moment to adjust. We're going to bring ourselves through our balance posing, or our tree pose is what we're going to do today. Now, if you know me, I just inherently don't have the best balance, even though I'm a yoga teacher, so I might fall over, but if you do, that's okay. Because remember, trees do what? They sway in the wind. So if you're swaying, that's okay. That's the whole point. So we're going to make sure that our feet are about hips width distance apart. Remember, two fists together. Make sure they're nice and straight, nice tall spine. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to find something that we can stare at. A non-moving object, something on the wall, on the floor, that you can focus on. It's called a drishti. So we're going to find our drishti. We're going to put all of our weight over into the right foot, lifting the left. And then you can bring it wherever you want. You can keep it right here, or you can bring it into the ankle, the calf, or you can pick it up and bring it into the thigh. So you can have a nice steady breath here. You can do whatever you want with the hands. You can be down by the side, heart center, behind your back, above you, whatever you prefer. Be here for just a moment. Taking a couple deep breaths. We're going to take that leg that we have lifted. We're going to slowly release it. Bring it back down to the ground. You can shake out that standing leg. Okay. Bring it back into that nice tall standing position. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So we're ready. We're going to put all of our weight into our left foot, lifting the right just barely. And then we're going to bring it wherever we're comfortable. Ankle, calf, thigh, wherever you prefer. Woo. Remember that drishti. We're gonna be here for just a few moments. Nice steady breath. You can do whatever you want with your hands. When you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and release that lifted foot back down to the ground. Stand out or shake out this standing leg. Man, words really are hard today. So we're gonna go ahead and bring ourselves back to that nice tall standing position. We're gonna bring those arms overhead. Exhale down into our chair. We're here for just a minute. Remember, head over heels. If you want, you can do this with me again. We're gonna lift the toes. Forward onto the balls of the feet. Back down, toes lifted. Forward balls of feet. Back down, toes lifted. We're gonna bring it flat. Bring those arms down, sweep them overhead. And exhale, fold. We're gonna inhale, come up halfway. We're gonna exhale, fold. Plant those hands, walk the feet back. Back in the plank. We're gonna come down onto the knees. Nice and wide. Big toes touching. Sink the hips back. Send those arms out. We're gonna walk those hands all the way to the right. Back to center. And all the way over to the other side. And back to center. Pressing down. And bring it back up. Now we're going to stretch out a part of our body that a lot of us don't stretch out often, and that's our ankles. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our feet are nice and straight behind us. And if you can, I want you to bring the top of the foot as flat onto the ground as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. What we're going to do is we're just going to walk our hands backwards, putting more and more weight back onto the heels. So you can go as far back as you can. If you can go all the way back, that's great. If you can't, just stop where you're ready. Now, if you're sitting all the way back onto the heels and you just don't really feel anything, what you can do is you can support yourself along the hips. You can lift the knees, right? Bring it back down. Now we're going to stretch the ankle in the opposite direction. So we're going to come forward onto the hands and the knees. I'm going to curl my toes under, okay? Lift the knees, press back, bring the knees back down. This will create a stretch across the back of the ankle, right where the Achilles tendon is. Okay, we're going to release, feet flat, tilt back. Bring back down, forward onto the hands, curl those toes under, lift the knees, press back, knees back down. Okay, release. I like to twirl my feet around. And then when you're ready, we're going to come forward onto plank. Lift those hips. Lift that right leg. Right knee towards right wrist, calf at an angle. We're going to send that left foot back as far as we can. You can stay up on the hands. And bring it down onto the forearms or the forehead, whatever you prefer. Bring yourself into pigeon pose. We're going to be here for a little bit. What I encourage you to do is try to find as much comfort or release in your pigeon pose as you can. But remember to practice where you are. You don't have to be all the way down on the floor. What's important is that your hips are even. You're not dumping into one side more than the other. Okay, so nice even hips. Try to release. Try not to hold any tension. You're going to be here for just a few moments. We're almost there. Just a couple more moments, a couple more seconds. All right, we're gonna bring ourselves back up onto the hands. Walk that back foot in. We're gonna take this right leg, we're gonna sweep it back. Back in a down dog. You can pedal off those feet, maybe feel a difference in those hips. We're gonna pick up the left foot, left knee to left wrist, calf at an angle. Send that right leg as far back as you can. You can stay up on the hands. We're gonna bring it down onto the forearms or the forehead. Be here for just a minute. Hopefully everybody's hips have survived quarantine because mine barely have. All the sitting I've been doing. And be here for just a moment longer. Just a couple deep breaths, try to find that release. When you're ready, we're gonna come back up onto the hands. We're gonna be easy on ourselves. We're gonna walk that back foot in, and we're just gonna sit over onto this left hip. Then we can bring both legs around front, right? So we're gonna bring the feet flat. You know, actually, we're gonna do some different core work today. Usually we go ahead and do our boat pose, but I really missed crow crunches. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and bring ourselves all the way down. Now, you can straighten the arms up towards the ceiling, so the hands are up towards the ceiling. What we're gonna do is we're gonna straighten the legs and bring them to a hover. Now, the goal is to bring the knees to the back of the arms, preferably touching if you can. The longer you hold them touching the arms, the more ab work you're gonna do. So you bring them in, and bring them back out, right? So we're gonna do this just a couple times, do this at your own pace. We're gonna do this for about 15 seconds, right? And notorious for messing up my counts, but we're gonna do the best we can. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sneak one more in there, right? And then we're gonna hug those knees in towards the chest. Hug it nice and tight. You can rock side to side. Whatever feels best for you. When you're ready, we're gonna hold on to the back of those knees. Rock yourselves back up into a seated position. Hug those knees nice and tight towards the chest. Nice straight spine. Right. When you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and extend our feet. So I'm gonna turn towards you guys. I can't see you, but I like to pretend that I can. So we're gonna go ahead and extend those feet. And have a nice tall spine, bring those arms overhead. Exhale them down to the legs and slide them as far forward as you can. When you're ready, we're gonna bring it back up. Bring one leg in, doesn't matter which one, with a nice tall spine. Arms up, back down. We're gonna bring it back up, and we're gonna switch, right? So nice tall spine, arms up, back down. We're gonna slide it forward. And bring it back up. And bring the soles of the feet together. So they're touching. You can grab anywhere you want on the legs, or you can bring the arms forward. It's up to you. And take a nice big deep breath in. And exhale, fold. We're gonna bring it back up. We're gonna extend those legs and bring them nice and wide. Right? So as wide as you can comfortably. Nice tall spine. Arms up. Bring them back up. Relax those legs. We're gonna bring them back to center. Nice tall spine. Arms up. Hands down. And we're gonna slide them forward. Okay, go ahead and bring it back up. Now, as easily as you can, we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves back down to the ground, hugging those knees in towards the chest. You can sway side to side, back and forth, whatever feels good to you. And when you're ready, we're going to bring the soles of the feet back down to the floor. Slide them as close to the hips as we can, and bring the arms down along the side. When you're ready, you're going to press into the floor and lift the hips. Bring it back down. Press into the floor and lift the hips. And bring it back down. One more time, we're going to press into the floor and lift the hips. Bring it back down. And hug those knees back in. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and reach through the knees, grab the outsides of the feet, pull the knees down towards the armpits, soles feet towards the ceiling for happy baby. And sway back and forth, side to side, whatever feels good for you. Soles of feet together, pull it in towards the body. We're going to bring those knees back in. And we're going to drop them off to the right, keeping both shoulders down on the ground. We're going to bring it back to center. We're going to drop it off to the other side. We're going to go ahead and bring it back to center. Soles of feet down. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and extend those arms, extend those legs. Stretching as far as we possibly can. And then release. We're going to do that one more time. So we're going to stretch, stretch, stretch. And then release. We're going to bring ourselves into a comfortable position. So you can bring yourself into a comfortable position laying down on the floor. You can have your knees slightly bent or straight. You can lay on your side, your tummy, whatever's best for you. While you're finding your comfortable rest position, I'm going to go ahead and bring myself up to seated. Right. So we're going to find whatever position is best for us. And when you're ready, if you haven't already done so, I encourage you to close your eyes. I want you to go ahead and take a nice big deep breath in, hold it at the top. Open your mouth and sigh it out. We're going to do that one more time. So we're going to take a nice big deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Release any control you're holding in your body. Release it down to the floor. Let your breath be natural. Any tension you're holding, let it relax. For the next few minutes, you're going to hear the world continue to move around you. You're going to hear sounds from outside, in your own home. You may hear sounds over this live stream. The world is going to continue to move around you, and that's okay. We're going to let it, while we take advantage of the privilege of rest, of relaxation, of quiet reflection. If at any time a thought arises, you can gently acknowledge it and set it off to the side to be dealt with later. If you have trouble doing this, you can just bring awareness back to how it feels for your breath to move in and out of your body naturally. When this time is over, I will let you know, but until then, rest, relax, rejuvenate. This time is for your Shavasana. You can go ahead and deepen your breath. Bring awareness back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Take your time to bring yourself up into a seated position, taking any movements that you need to be comfortable here. If you're comfortable, you can bring your hands heart center with me and gently close your eyes. I'd like to thank all of you for joining me today and allowing me to lead you through this practice. It was an absolute honor. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, awesome people. I'm going to move closer to you, but real quick before everybody goes, just reminders that the studio does open again, yay, on the 26th, which we're all super stoked about. Please make sure that you double check the new policies that we have in place. Again, it's for your health and safety. We just want to make sure that our entire community is cared for. Double check when you sign up for classes online. Encourage you to sign up for classes online because we do have a 10-person max per class. You're welcome. But I cannot wait. I am so stoked to see all of you people in person again. I'm so excited. But I love you. Please take care of yourself. And I cannot wait to see you in the studio soon. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me on social media. But until next time, have a good day, y'all. I just got to end all those streams. There's like so many buttons.